way, I came into this very cold, not knowing what to do. And of course, the first thing you do is go on YouTube and you see all these people and they're all getting their hair on their heads. And you're thinking, well, I don't live in London. I don't live in Montreal. I don't live in a big New York City. And I don't have access. I live in a smaller town. I don't have access to all of these big salons. And there was one guy, a hair experience, and his name's Curtis. It's a big shout out to Curtis on this video. He paved the way of showing me the way to be able to do that, and by following his steps, he inspired me. He has given us the courage to go ahead and do it too, and by following his videos over the past few months, it's knowledge. It's brilliant knowledge. So if you haven't seen, like I said, if you haven't seen his channel, check it out in the description below. You know, he's the one who paved that path for being able to figure out how to find a great affordable hair system that works. And you can see the living proof. It's been on Curtis's head, and he shows you, you know, how long over the months, how long it lasts, and what you're going to expect. So I'm not here to copy or duplicate his efforts. I think the thing is, everybody has their own experience. We all have different skin types, different sensitivities. So how do you get this on your head without going to a hair club? There's a few steps. Step one, go find your system. There are a lot of different places online. It was difficult. Going online looking for one was difficult. Then I came across Hair Experience's video, and he said he uses a company called Toplace, and he spoke to a guy called John. And so I basically just did that. Actually, I didn't at first. I went onto the website of Toplace and I looked at it, and it seemed reasonable, seemed good. I liked the prices. And then, but I was confused. I was thinking I could just do this without calling anybody. And there's so many different systems and so many different colors and densities and textures that I ended up just calling John. And I actually got him. I mean, where do you actually, in this day and age, be able to talk to somebody? And he's the owner of the company, and he was very knowledgeable, and he really helped me. He just said it's really easy. Basically, all I needed to do was get measurements from my head, make a template, and give him a hair sample. Now, the hair sample was difficult because I'm thinning on my sides, guys. I think a couple of you made some comments about my sides don't quite 100% match the top of my hair. Well, my hair is balding on the sides. I didn't realize until I started growing it out. So it's tricky for me to get a snippet of hair. And I didn't manage to get a lot of the hair that they needed. But I took a little snippet and a baggie, and I paid for the system, and I sent that off to John. And then measurement. So John was asking for a template. I didn't have the confidence to do that. I thought, well, am I going to get it too wide, too narrow? So basically, I paid for the system, and I said, I'll get you the measurements. So the next step is to find somebody who can put the system on your head and hopefully cut it for you too. I went on to Google, and it was difficult. That was one of the challenges. It was difficult to find this because nobody was really doing it. So forget Googling men's hair system because you're just going to get the hair clubs or some sort of clinic, and I thought, well, I'll just travel. I'll travel to the next state and do it. I really want to do this, I'll travel. You don't need to do that, guys. The best thing I can tell you is women put extensions in their hair all the time. There's certain women that wear wigs, and that is your answer. So you've just got to find somebody in your town that deals with women's hair. And bingo, trust me, it will all fall into place. So I found another place, and nobody's paying me to tell you about Toplace. Nobody's paying me to tell you about a hair experience. Nobody's telling me to tell you about this other person. Well, I found this lady who called me back right away, and I love that. And that's Pink Moon Wigs. And Pink Moon Wigs, she said, sure, I can put that on your head. And I was like, great. And I said, well, how about styling it? And she goes, well, I can style it, but if you want a certain style, I can bring a stylist in. She's connected to Stylist. Oh, perfect. So I visited with her, and she measured my head. She measured from the top and the sides, and that was it. No template, no cutting out, no styrofoam, no cellophane, no duct tape. It was just measurement. And basically what happened next was I went back to Top Lace and I said, hey, look, I don't have a template. I don't really have one, and they're not willing to do one. Can you work with the measurements? Sure, no problem. There you go. And then before you know it, I sent those measurements out. Measurements were perfectly fine. I didn't have to make a template. Perfectly fine. And it came back and it was great. So then I went back and we put it on my head. And the great thing about it was we talked with a stylist. I went for a consultation. We talked with a stylist. The stylist didn't cut it that day. And he said, sure, I know what you're looking for. I had some pictures of what I wanted. And before you know it, we were in there and we put it on my head. And that's it. How simple as that. Just to recap, order the system. Go and see somebody who can get the hair on your head. Then get your measurements, send them off to the people who are creating your system for, and then I guess at the end of the day, you wait for your system, and then you get it on your head. And that's it. It's pretty simple. It's just finding the right people, connecting the dots. Anyway, hope you subscribe, put a like, and rock that hair, man. I'll see you soon in the next video. All right.